just took a nap.
Yeah.
Alright, it's time to go.
What a snoob.
So we missed some things.
Yep.
We also took apart the game and found like every single line.
You're a nut.
Like babies. Alright,
You're
here we
stupid.
go. Whoop. So here's something we missed. If you get the batteries before you get the walkie-talkie, instead of being like, oh, feels light, it just says one walkie-talkie, batteries missing, as you expected.
Yep.
Alright, now then go to another one.
What a snoob. Yeah, these stupid, dumb file names.
We're deleting them anyway. Watch. Get ready. Watch this.
Oh,
Bam.
what a nut.
Oh, here's another one. If you go here while having the flashlight, there's one line that's different. Instead of being like extreme danger, get your flashlight. You get your weapon. You saw something slightly, ever so slightly different.
What a noob.
Christ, blah 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 blah
Blah, blah,
blah.
blah.
Panic. Here we go. Still need to get you to attic over. Sorry, go ahead.
Still need to get you to attic over.
Yes. Instead of saying talking about extreme danger, get weapon, and then he'll start being
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. What a noob.
Alright, blah, blah. Oh, I'm still sleepy.
Yep.
Anyway, one more thing. Delete.
What a noob. Here. Gotta use the shit. on
We
the
forgot
circuit.
we forgot to use items on the circuit thing like snuts.
Do we have everything?
Yes, I think so. No, we don't have buyers, but we can't get them yet anyway.
Yeah.
Alright. What is it, Jude?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working.
Anyway,
Icon is being neatly.
you did all the dancing you need to do via getting the power turned back on.
Such a noob.
How is it?
Vis-a-vis.
Oh, vis-a-vis. Getting the why is it vis and then a v? Why is it not vis-a-vis or via-vis?
I don't know.
Eh. Maybe try using your arms, specifically your hands, more specifically on the circuit breaker. Sorry for the Dylan, I'm pretty sure we did this.
You're so dumb. What a waste of time, Cameron.
You're getting really pre-timing.
What a waste of time.
Yeah, well that's your fault.
You're a noob. Okay.
Okay.
Time to interact with things now that they're on.
Wait, did we already do everything? I think we already did everything.
We've already done the kitchen, but some dialogs are different now that the power's on.
Which ones? Can't remember.
The ones with the electronics in them.
Oh yeah.
What a dumb.
Go. There we go.
So stupid.
Which one was one with an electronic?
You're stupid. You're so dumb.
Which one, Dylan?
The fax machine works now. Use some shit on
It's already humming away. There we go. Drunk on its fresh infusion of restored power. Great work, Joey. Yeah!
it.
Hey!
Period
Period
appropriate.
appropriate. That's an achievement we got.
Yeah.
You stick some pogs inside the fax machine. Dial a random number in. Wait for the machine to finish sending the fax. There! Now someone has a black and white printout of your brother's crummy pogs. Thank goodness you can put that on on your tombstone. Beep boop beep boop beep. Oh wait, my beep boop beep boop 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 beep, and there you faxed a pet treat to a random person. You hope it was someone with a dog. I hope not. I bet they'll feel sad because it's not real. Try as you might, you cannot use your heirloom to access the innards of this fax machine. You doubt there's anything important in there anyway. Probably just gears and ink. Tap it a tip tap. You tape out a quick fax and do a weird little dance to the horrible sounds it makes when it sends. Wow, this is probably the weirdest thing you've done in recent memory. Congratulations.
What a noob.
Though the fax machine, singular, has been restored to life by you flipping the circuit breaker, you have a feeling that you are in the twilight years of the fax machine. In general, this premonition pervades your entire being, tinging your movements, with poignancy and the smell of old toner. Boop.
Oh, the fridge maybe. Oh.
I have a feeling none of these are... I'll keep okay at room temperature. Okay. I've already read that.
What a new...
Hey, pogs. That wasn't a word.
What a sneeze.
Oof. Sorry, my burn hurts. I burned myself at work.
Cameron, you're stupid.
What?
No one gives a shit.
Well, if I say oof, and I stop for a second, and I rub my arm, it's not like they can see what I'm doing. I have to let them know.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
What a new...
Oh, damn it.
Sneeze. I can't get the spice unless we're in the battle, so... Oh,
We've already read this. It's on. You can read it somewhere else.
what a neat...
Look at this. Look at this.
Very intricate.
Setup.
All this for a snake.
Yeah. It goes out over here. You can see the entrance of it as well.
What a flame.
Oh, wow. Look at it all. Look at it all go. Oh, anyway. Alright.
What a nut.
I believe our next job was to go into this room, but before we do that, let me just make extra... Oh.
What a dumb...
I wonder if looking at these will make any difference. I don't think it does, because I'm pretty sure it doesn't comment on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Okay.
What a neat...
It is time. Well, by the way, if we ever do miss anything, I'm gonna go back and look through every single dialogue option to figure out if we missed it or not.
What a dumb...
So don't worry. If we miss anything, we'll be extra sure to get it. But you can still comment if we miss something.
You're stupid. Alrighty, here we go.
Maybe I should have saved. Too late now.
What a dumb...
Oh no, it's the angry baby.
Time to kill.
Oh yes, here we go. So this is what was blocking the door. He looks hungry.
Alright, time to kill it.
Batter up. Batter luck next time. Jaw ready for this?
Oh. Some bad puns in here.
Jamaican. Passion orange guava. Fruitless endeavor. Jaw ready for this?
Cameron, you're a newt.
What?
You're a newt.
Did it say something else?
No,
Oh,
you're still a newt.
okay. Too precious to weaponize.
Yeah.
Tappertizing. Main roars. Oh, okay. Oof. Choose your battles. Wait, does he do that every time? I want to see that animation, sorry.
You're a newt.
Oof, she gets interrupted. Ballerina. Oh, get out of here.
So dumb.
How are we not dead? It's a pretty big mouth. I'm getting bitten up all over the place, excuse me. Choo to your tango.
What the hell? You're so dumb.
What?
You're so dumb.
What do you mean?
Such a newt.
Wait, what did it say? I didn't read it because I looked at you. Because he
You're
called me
safe.
dumb. Great!
Shh.
Can you not make noises if I'm not messing up?
But you are messing up.
How am I messing up? Choose your battles.
You're such a newt.
How am I messing up, Dylan?
You're a sneak.
How? Don't tell me!
And inserting syllables that aren't there.
Oh, thank you. Light on your feet. Light bite. Jaw ready for this? Okay.
What a dumb.
It is time for the game. Actually, no.
Are we?
What if I...
No. Okay. Can't talk to Jude in here.
What? Boop. Opening course. Flesh your eyes on the prize. Oh, I'm happy
Now
now.
we can kill him.
Aw, he really enjoyed that pet treat. Maybe you don't need to fight him after all.
What if we try to fight? Oh. Alright, well, it appears to be the same.
Maybe if I tap dance at him, he won't roar this time. Maybe he will. He probably will. Look at his ugly little feet. Nope, he still roared. Oof. Alright. Anyone for seconds? Oh, look at his little mouthy mouth. Make mine a double. Alright, big guy, time for dessert.
Whack. Alright, well.
I'll whack him.
Such a sneed.
Oof. I wonder how many people were upset that we're spending time doing nothing. Just wanna dick around a little. Okay.
What a sneed.
A light bite.
I swear, like, every third pun is a pun on it being a better luck next time.
Yeah. Trade. What? Oh, shoot. Didn't read it.
Oh my god.
It's fine. They can read themselves. Ah, right. Monster inflicted death scene averted. You are unbelievably stressed out right now. Congratulations. You've ascended to rank 2. Attained a rank of tail-wagging tyro. Max HP increased by 12. Muscle... There's no HP.
Yep.
Muscle increased by 7. Congratulations. You've ascended to rank 3. Attained rank of minute mammal mender. Oh, minute mammal mender. Oh, okay. Dexterity increased by 2. Grace increased by 6. Leverage increased by 5. Congratulations, you've ascended to rank 4. Attained rank of Peppy Patterer. Mastered Noggin Bop. Hubris increased by 4. Courtesy decreased by 2. Alright.
It's pretty snutty.
Ooh, we're in here now. Oh boy.
Time to Jude.
So where is the key? In this desk or something? Oh shoot, I should have saved.
You're so dumb.
Oh.
So dumb.
Oh!
So dumb.
We'll never leave. Critical item in... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Would never leave critical item in such obvious location, over.
Okay, but, like, where did you leave it? I just had to lure a hungry monster out of here with treats, and I'm not sure how much time I have for brother-sister conspiracy capers before it comes back.
If room compromised can't discuss countermeasures over unsecured line, utilize puzzler skill set, over.
Ugh, fine.
Callback if assistance required, over and out.
Sweet, there were no options. Saving now.
What a nut.
Just in case. I save it over transizzle the second.
No.
Okay. Oh, okay. I thought maybe.
Let's see. Alright, well.
What if I try and leave? Oh.
What a dumb.
Is there a monster out here? Where did monster go?
It's gone.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Time to do things.
Alright, let's start over here. Oh, alright. This is, Horus, you think. You're not up on your Egyptology. Whatever powers this idol has, they don't seem to require batteries. That's not a big pog on its head. You don't know what it is, but it's not that. He seems pretty dour. Not really treat-friendly. Nope. These seem to be from different pantheons. Horus doesn't look like he's in the mood for tap dancing. Ah, the grace of a bird and a god. That's you. Right, can't use that. Alright. Hello, baby. It's an alebrije, a folk art monster from Oaxaca, Mexico, carved out of the wood of the copal tree. This little thing used to creep you out really bad until your babysitter suggested you learn more about it. You found out they're based on monsters an artist saw in his dreams. And ever since then, he seems a lot more friendly. Look at him, he's like a little Stitch. It's a little weird Stitch.
Batteries at it.
Authentic folk art doesn't come with battery compartments. At least, not the authentic folk art produced in the region of this particular piece's origin. Some alebrije are made of brightly painted paper mache, I'm sorry.
Paper mash.
Paper mash. That's pretty much what it is. Although this one is made of wood. He's a little insulted that you think he'd care about pogs just because they're colorful and made of paper too. You get the feeling you should maybe step off.
Step on.
With those big ears and those wings, this little bat fella probably prefers mosquitoes and moths to pet treats. Although according to the disclaimer on the back, these pet treats may contain insects, up to 0.01%. You don't like those odds, so no treat. He does share its red and green coloring, kinda. Well, close enough. Close enough to raise questions? Not really. He's very fragile and culturally significant. You can't take any chances. You imagine what it'd be like if this monster were real, dancing gracefully on the winds, with this spiny little leaf wing, with his spiny little leaf wings. It's just awkwardly. Oh no!
Dumb.
Then you remember that there really are monsters flying around outside, and the whole flowery descriptions of monsters thing gets a lot less appealing.
What a newt.
Get out of here. Get. Look at all these things up here that we can't interact with. Let me just make sure there's nothing high that we can. We'll come back over here. We're gonna go all the way around. All the way around. Except we're not gonna mess with the deer until the very end. Can I interact with the grass? Oh, no. As if being dead weren't bad enough, your paw replaced his eyes with some creepy glass orbs. The light refracted in their faceted stare gives you the creeps. But are you crazy? Or is there some light reflecting off his antler too? Maybe it bears closer examination.
The least difficult puzzle game.
Yeah.
You spend the whole game just pointing things out to you.
Okay, so batteries. This noble creature spurns your batteries, looks at the hoof, arched up all spurn-like. That's a spurnin' hoof if you've ever seen one. Frozen in his posture of supreme dignity, the deer doesn't deign to notice you bugging him with garbage. You beckon the deer forward with a tasty pet treat. He's incapable of resisting temptation, but he's also incapable of movement, so he stays put. Stalemate. What does this deer know about keys? You got any key secrets, deer? Didn't think so. Ah, jeez. You feel like a jerk. Why were you so mean to him? You wish he really did have a key secret. You wish it so hard you believe it should be true. Where are you hiding the key, you smug noble jerk? Did he just jostle a bit? What's your deal, buckaroo? To leap as nimbly as a deer is the highest challenge of an art. And a live deer, you mean? This poor guy's seen nimbler days. A deer ran in front of my car recently. I was going slow, I didn't hit it. Anyway. You've got some really old ashes in here. And a couple nearly disintegrated hunks of charred wood.
Oh, yes.
That'd be a really inefficient way to release the energy stored in these batteries.
What are you talking about? They explode.
Releasing the noxious vapor of burning pogs over the land might take a few monsters out. Unfortunately, there's also Jude, your dog, buyers, and Jude's other pigeons to consider. And, oh yeah, your babysitter, if she happens to return right now. Oh, and yourself. You always forget about yourself.
What a newt.
Burning the pet treats for warmth? Not in a million years. Think of the poor pets who would go untreated. You don't want to get old ashes all over your precious heirloom. They'd be especially difficult to get out of the grooves of the spiral. Sounds like a sure way to get old ashes everywhere. Oh yeah, including your mouth. Or else to dirty up your tap shoes. Really a win-win.
What a dumb.
There's just not room in there for you to maneuver. You try to ply in there, and you'll be picking your teeth out of the inside of the chimney.
Alright. Gonna have to come in here again once we have buyers.
Oh yeah, I know. You got nothing. You feel unqualified to comment. This, whatever this is, depicts some heroes conversing with huge monsters. Do the monsters help them? Kill them? You prefer to imagine everyone gets out okay, but you know life is rarely that kind.
This looks vaguely Greek.
Yep. Looks like a sphinx. A minotaur and a kraken!
Poseidon. Interact with the glob.
Your pog's love of globes knows no bounds, but you don't recognize any of the continents on this one. You have a better idea of what you were looking at. If you could read those scribbly labels, all you can make sense of is the X mark. Could it indicate treasure? Scribbly labels could be Alternian text.
But she can read Alternian text.
No, she can't until she leaves, I assume.
Oh.
It's just the magic of the portal.
Oh.
I'm guessing.
You're nut.
Maybe incorporate this inaccurate globe into a ballet about globes, with a bunch of dancers dressed as globes doing pirouettes to stimulate spinning. Yeah, that'd be really revolutionary.
Well, really don't.
Revolutionary, get it? Sorry.
Oh.
If you need to move this thing, just give it a spin. No rhythmic stomps necessary. This globe obviously has nothing to do with any key-shaped objects. It does. Spoiler alert.
I'm sure the people...
And this one also has secrets about the key.
I'm not... I don't think you're spoiling anyone. If you're coming here, you're probably coming to be spoiled.
Well, no,
because
maybe
you can't be bothered to look at everything yourself.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus! What are the animals like on you? What are the animals like on you, fake planet? Are they hungry for treats? You assume so. Animals always want treats, even fake ones, assuming, unlike the poor animals in this room, that they are still alive, even fake alive. Yep. The best thing about this fake planet? No pogs! Oh yeah, and probably no monsters either, which used to be a thing you could have said about the real planet that you live on. Not anymore, apparently. You're 0 for 2, real planet.
It's pretty neatly.
It doesn't need batteries, but you get the feeling it might need something else. There you go.
What a nut.
It depends on how much you've heard. What you've been paying attention to. Any number of things, really. Yeah, we're gonna cut this out! Oh! Oh! Hey, we're back. Phone call debacle. Here we go. We're gonna spin it. Now spin. Ooh. You spin the globe and watch the white beams break across the surface of the globe.
What white beams?
White beams of light. Oh yeah, you're right. They're not here yet. They're in white beams.
What white beams, Joey? Do you know something that we don't?
Oh.
Conspiracy.
Some white beams are gonna rake across later. Anyway. Alright, let's see here. Looks to be a chessboard over here of some sort. What else we got? Alright, let's go with this.
Neat.
Nope.
I think they use the same clock asset here as they do on the bear outside.
We've never been entirely clear on what's going on in this tapestry, but it certainly looks intense. Just look at that fire-breathing serpent beast at the bottom, and the red-eyed figure on the throne. What's their deal? I don't know. Maybe this is a reference to something.
Yeah. Not cultured enough to know.
Yeah, sorry, friendos.
Also,
Look at he's crying.
it
What?
keeps winding the clock. You'd think they'd forget to do that more often.
Whoa.
Oh.
It stopped at 11:11, which has been... Oh, it's not winded, I guess.
Oh, but it's ticking.
Yeah, that was weird.
It's pretty
And has been as long as you can remember. You can fix it, but why bother? It's not like you're going to make a habit out of strolling over to the worst room in your house to check the time. You could reset the pendulum in motion with a click of your heels. But something stops you. Clockwork, once set in motion, isn't always easy to arrest. Are you sure you're ready for the consequences?
It's pretty easy to arrest Joey. Just wait.
Though still, the pendulum reminds me of an exercise.
Oh. Alright, guys.
Good job, guys. A grand battlement in cloche.
I've got no idea.
It sounds impressive, but it's mostly just kind of swinging your leg back and forth. It occurs to you that this could also describe a lot of ballet terms. There's something about this key that reminds you of clocks, or at the very least, clockwork. Keys are for opening, for initiating, for unlocking, but also for locking, for finishing and sealing. For sealing. Although those uses are much less exciting. What's the point of finding a weird old key just to lock something away? You'd love to be out in the yard, feeding these to your precious, wonderful dog, but this isn't the time. No.
It sure isn't.
This thing is already full of cogs. It doesn't need any cardboard discs. It doesn't need batteries. It runs on the pendulum, do you think? And those brass bars also do something? And you have to open the face sometimes. You're not a big student of clocksmanship, but you think this is all pretty much 100% accurate.
Oh, wouldn't you?
This is exactly the kind of thing you wish wasn't in your house. Why couldn't your pa just leave their regular eyes in, and also more importantly, leave their head attached to their body? You'd like to put something in those sockets, but what? And also, wait. Why do you want to do that so much? That's weird.
Yeah, that's pretty weird, Joey.
Okay. Let me just make sure. This beautiful kitty was more graceful than you can ever hope to be. For all the good it did. For all the good it did them. Tap dancing at this poor kitty is liable to shake its head right off the wall. Maybe onto those katanas! Or maybe only one of them is a katana? Well, regardless. The juxtaposition of the swords under the decapitated animal makes for a pretty ghoulish tableau. Tableau.
So stupid.
Tableau.
Jesus Christ.
Stare into the empty sockets of the cat head. Then at the red and green jewels on the gem.
What?
on the key.
You're so stupid.
Red and green jewels on the key. In other words,
dumb.
the red and green marbles. You look back at the empty sockets, and back at the red and green jewels.
I wonder what this clue could mean.
You hope this big kitty had treats aplenty while he could enjoy them. You sincerely do hope that. Oh, they're stuffed. We got an achievement. They're stuffed. Did we try to feed every decapitated animal?
Oh, what a baby.
Anyway. And they're stuffed. I get it. Pogs and the eyes. You can never be so rude and cruel to such a big, sweet kitty who's already suffered so much. Something definitely needs to go in those empty sockets, though. If only because you are getting creeped out. Batteries in the eyes. Batteries in the eye sockets, eh? Well, ugh. It's worth a try. Nope, it wasn't worth a try.
We don't get to see, unfortunately.
This is a katana. You have no idea what to do with one. Wait, maybe you will just throw it away. Katanas are garbage. They're such garbage.
They're made for a specific era, and they look kind of cool. That's kind of the only thing they have going for them.
They suck.
They're not practical anymore.
Yeah, they break. Alright. Ballet is the most elegant and demanding type of dance. Maybe katanas are the same, but for swords? Look, you're going to lay it all on the line. Ballet rules, and you really don't give a flying frog about katanas. You were just trying to be nice.
Frog.
You
don't give a flying goddamn.
If you were going to hold something while you tap danced, it'd be a cane. Just like the great Fred Astaire, who you know as a phenomenal tap dancer, and you literally know nothing else about him.
What was his name?
Your mom left you this key, so it's your heirloom. Your pa probably stole this katana from someone. So somewhere out there's a kid going without their heirloom. This makes me a little sad, even though you made it.
That's all Tumblr theories.
Wait, are they really?
What?
Are those Tumblr theories?
No.
Oh, okay. Because where did Jake get a katana? Was it from Dirt?
Probably.
Does Jake know Dirt? Does Jake know Bro?
You're not.
Does he?
These questions are irrelevant to me at this time. Play the game, stupid.
But I'm curious.
We're not here to have a discussion.
Yes, we are.
No.
This entire thing is educational. If people are watching this, it's because they want to see literally every single dialogue, probably to educate themselves on every little detail on everything.
Yeah, well, guess what you're not doing right now?
I'm trying to figure out if Jake knows Bro.
You're a snut.
My guess is you don't know.
You're a snoot.
Yeah, you don't know.
No, you're a snoot.
Yeah,
they don't live in the same place. They don't have Dave's Bro.
Your mom left you this key, so it's your heirloom. Your pa probably so
dumb.
Calling a katana your pet seems like the kind of thing that boys who watch too much Japanimation would do.
Japanimation? Is anime like a copyrighted term?
I don't think so. You let a pog fall on the upturned blade of the katana. It slices right in half.
Oh shit.
Whether this it probably didn't. But whether this is because the katana is very sharp or the pog is very crappy, none can truly say. Oh, I guess it did slice right in half.
What a snood.
Damn.
Slice the batteries, Joey. Feel the power.
An electric katana would be... Okay, you have to admit, that would be pretty cool. Like something a bad guy from a Japanese role-playing game would have.
JRPG.
And it would be all tiny in his sprite's little hand until you actually got into battle, and then it would be shown to actually be 9 feet long.
Alright, Final Fantasy.
Okay, what is this? Looks like someone sliced this big fella's hand off. Luckily, he's a lefty. At least what does this mean, by the way, posthumously?
After he's dead.
Oh.
I thought I already told you that.
Equip armor. It's a little out of season. You don't stand a chance of lifting this burnished brute. Maybe they could lift you, but between the hand on the floor and the hand full of sword, you think you'll pass on this pass.
What a dumb. I believe it's paw.
On this paw?
Like in faux paw.
Oh, pass on this paw. Okay. This fella's already lost his right arm. You start stepping at him, and he's likely to rattle to bits. You know, Joey knows a lot of big words for a 14-year-old.
There's a lot of French. A lot of French phrases.
This fella's already lost. Oh, wait.
What a dude.
I'm being silly.
Yeah,
Inside an empty suit of armor. Is that a good hiding place? Or the first place someone would look? You guess you've never looked in there. But it's not the first place. Heck, that thing could be full to the brim of secret treasures and answers to wild mysteries, and you'd have no idea. And you never will. Maybe he was offering that big kitty head a treat, and it bit his hand off. You're just kidding around. But it makes you feel better about the beautiful, noble animal your pa shot and decapitated.
Makes you feel better about... Okay.
Pogs, like suits of armor, are actually not all that common, despite being all their respective eras will probably be remembered for. You can just see it now. You are living in the Pog epoch. I don't know.
Dumb.
The idea of battery-powered suit of armor fills your mind with visions of big armored machine knights loyal only to their queen, knowing no fear, utterly unstoppable. They aren't especially pleasant visions, so you stop envisioning them.
Oh dear. That sounds familiar. Oh.
Alright, well, here we go. It's time to look at the antler.
Battery-powered machine knights, you say?
Before I do that, yes.
Use your puzzler skill set. Oh, can we interact separately with
Yeah, we can. There is something odd about the antlers. You can't quite put a finger on it, or can you? Maybe in a literal sense.
Use the key on it, obviously.
Did your mom hopefully disapprove of stuff like this? Maybe that's why it's in the trophy room. It might be nice, a nice gesture to the steer spirit to stick a treat in there, or it might be absurd. You're not really up on your orthodox cervine burial sacraments. Like these pogs. Could this antler be flipped somehow? Like how someone might flip a switch, depending on what you might, may or may not already know. You frame these questions either as sincere eurekas or obsolete sarcasm, at your own discretion. He's already done all the battering with those antlers that he'll ever do. It jostled a bit. Maybe you can just kind of reach up. No need for a big leap. It's well within reach of your bean-fingered grasp. Yee, bean-fingered. Actually, I think what's-her-name who animated this referred to the feet as beans and the hands as like bean, like, I don't know, bean.
It's pretty snutty.
Bean. They're shaped like beans, Dylan.
1000% bean.
Whoa, that sure did something. Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Jude, I can't make heads or tails of this thing.
What thing? Over.
I turned on a laser, but that's it. Nothing else is happening.
Thought you were puzzle master. Was wrong, it seems. Over. Hold on, over. Believe this calls for burns. The gruff crime dog experiences trouble. Unbelievable, over. Wait. Disregard previous burn. Superior burn formulated. Ace Ventura, pet detective. Please respond if ice required, over.
Pretty good burn. Okay, that's a pretty good burn. That was solid. You nailed me.
Forgive if boundary overstepped. Have been informed mildly contentious banter, cornerstone of squad camaraderie, over.
Yeah, it's fine. Anyway. How am I supposed to solve this thing? It's clearly a puzzle thing that cries out to be solved.
Use marbles, over.
I'm thinking as hard as I can. You know I like puzzles. I wouldn't be asking if it weren't an emergency.
Actual marbles, over.
What are you talking about?
Trivial, really, over.
What marbles? I don't have any marbles.
You don't? None nearby, over.
No.
Oops, over.
Alright, before we switch, we gotta do the other option. Nope, we're not reading it.
Nope, too bad. You're not Jude. Nope, Jude gets blasted.
Time to get blasted.
Blasted to the past. Here we go. Alright.
Nice try, dork. Maybe if you were a real tactician, you'd manage to get your burn out on the first try instead of requesting do-over.
Pride wounded but unable to protest. Yeah, mildly contentious banter. Blah blah blah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, anyway. How am I supposed to solve this thing? Blah 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 blah. It's time to be Jude.
Oh, what if we use
Jude Harley Bizarrely. What?
Yeah, Jude doesn't have any loading zones. We can't glitch him into the house.
Oh yeah, you're right. Can we glitch Joey up here?
Maybe.
I might want to save before we try something like that.
It's not within the scope of this recording anyway.
Oh, you know what? If we don't take the E-batteries, does Dammit get the E-batteries?
I don't know.
When he comes to the hive?
What's he gonna do with them? He can't use them on anything.
Maybe he can.
No.
Why can't he use the E? He can interact with the E-batteries and other things. He might think they're primitive and stupid.
What is he gonna do with them?
I don't know.
They don't work on anything in the house but the remote.
Oh. Well, you can still just click them on everything.
That's stupid.
You know, the mission, to look at everything. That is the mission of this game.
Alright, well, we'll see when he gets there, okay?
Okay.
You are now Jude Harley. And though tonight is apparently the night you've been preparing for,
Read it in his voice.
laying so many preparations and countermeasures and countermeasures against, it would seem you made a rare tactical blunder. The marbles that Joey needs to disengage your strategic defense globe are here in your treehouse. Time to call in the lone gunbirds.
Oh.
Tactical error. Consolidated all marbles here in treehouse to prevent attic key from falling into wrong hands, over. Additionally, forgot about doing that, over. No cause for concern, putting top agent on it, over.
Wait, who? Did you get in touch with one of your friends, or? Oh, God. You mean one of your pigeons, don't you?
Over and out.
Oh, look at him.
Alright, let's look at
Can
things.
Nope, I can't switch.
Save ye game.
Look at myself.
No looking allowed.
Whoa.
What a nut. Your tactical escape hatch allows ingress and egress from your amazing treehouse.
Mr. 10-year-old knows ingress and egress.
Save the game, Snood.
Oh yeah, okay. You saw the animation of this little song here. It's cute.
What a newt.
Someone did. Egress!
Look, if it were just your can on the line, you'd be out that hatch, down the ladder, and blasting monsters in seconds. But Joey's counting on you.
In a second.
In a seconds. But Joey's counting on you, and you've got to get her to a more defensible position before you can even consider heroically abandoning your own.
Really? Actually, maybe he will later. Maybe he'll go and heroically abandon for damn it. Like, oh my god, it's an alien.
He will heroically abandon his position.
Look at this. Look at these birdies. Look at that one that puffs his chest. Look at this one with his little head. He's so cute. They're so cute. Anyway.
I'm sure Jude is definitely the type to heroically abandon a safe position. Granted how he
Oh, he has
sprinted.
beans up here. Look, beans. Ew, he has mayo. Oh, hey, look. Is this the stuff that's from rations, dried food? I don't know. It just feels like a reference to the mayor.
You're so dumb. Not every can of beans is a reference
But
to the mayor,
there's also
Cameron.
mayo up there.
So, not every... There's a can of mayonnaise, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's obviously a reference. Let's look outside. Oh my goodness.
It's monsters.
There she blows. Harley Manor. Oh, sorry. Sorry, let me restart.
There she blows. Harley Manor. Well, maybe only half Harley Manor, since Joey disowned the name in favor of your mother's.
Oh, that's why it's called the Half Harley Man? Anyway.
What a newt.
Oh, look at that guy.
Look at these monsters. No eyes, no weapons, only the most rudimentary of squad-based tactical maneuvers. This is a diversionary feint by an expendable vanguard, if you've ever seen one. The puppy castle seems fortified for the moment. You and that pup spent some time adding extra defensing implements this summer. They are holding up nicely.
You can hear the pigeon next to me.
What a dumb. There are different sound files depending on the number of pigeons.
Really?
Yep.
We have to listen to it later.
You're so newtly.
Gosh dang it, is there?
You're a newt. Thankfully, this angle shields you from the hateful gaze of Joey's Bubsy poster.
Okay,
Oh.
gotta check all the windows now.
What a nice Easter egg.
Yeah. A little drawing there, but we can't really see.
What a nice Easter egg.
That was a nice Easter egg. I'm glad we found it. I want to click on this baby. Come back.
Too bad.
Oh, listen to them.
What a
Listen to
newt.
me and Snootly.
Alright, time to look at things in the room. A standard camping lantern. Your uses of it are hardly standard, you thinks. More like outstandard, i.e. great.
We have to pick up stuff so we can interact with everything else, but, man, I don't know if I should pick things up in a certain order. Whatever.
You're a newt. Only a few of these are actually liquids, and unfortunately, those are also the ones whose contents you don't precisely, exactly, 100% remember with total certainty. You're not saying some of them are urine, but you're not saying none of them are urine.
Nope. I just want to walk over here.
So gross.
Look at all these cans. Anyway.
Oh,
And we can interact with things up here once we pick them up. I'll just come back in a minute.
what a newt. You keep smashing geodes in case they're secretly alien eggs. And if one is, well, you'll already have the hammer in hand, won't you?
Oh no. Do you want to kill the alien? No.
Kill the alien baby.
Kill the alien.
Kill. Might be time to scan the airwaves again. See if you can pick up any chatter from the enemy.
Turn on the radio, sorry.
Turn on the radio. Nothing. Only creepy Russians. You've heard enough of that weird signal for now. Forever, really. What a new...
We can interact with things with our items on here. We'll look at it in a minute. It's in here.
Blue. Oh. No, you fucked it. You placed a yellow marble in the pouch. You placed another yellow marble in the pouch. Red and green herring. Oh, that's what they're called. Cat's eye.
You didn't know that? No.
You do a quick visual inspection and confirm the pouch contains 2 yellow marbles. This is definitely the solution. Wait, were those the right marble colors? On second thought, doesn't feel right. Didn't you have a secret diagram prominently displayed somewhere to help you out with this exact problem? You move a cat's eye marble to the pouch. You move another cat's eye marble to the pouch. Didn't work. A blue. Another blue. What a newt. That was all treasure, plain and simple. What if we examine the diagram?
They have put... Hang on a minute. They have put and drop.
Oh.
And then they have move for, I think, cat's eye.
Yeah.
And place. And
add. It's pretty silly. Alright. Look at that nice empty pouch. You sure could put some stuff in that pouch.
What do we have in here? Pointing. Oh wait, look at that. It's like little Sharpies, but it's a different name for them.
What a neat.
It's an ace of some. The ace of what is that? Anyway.
It's a strange man.
Alright.
Go look at the diagram, and then try and put it in wrong again. You've already committed this crucial intelligence to memory, but a truly great field commander keeps even better records. Good job, Jude.
Monkeys control robot armed with their brains from outer space. See, we can read it better now that the screen is better.
What a nut.
From the first time we did it.
This is super neatly. Drew everything on the grid. Like
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Alright, we'll be back to this later. Actually, let's go ahead and grab him.
You take the pouch with red and green marbles. You dump the red and green marbles on the floor. You slip on the red and green marbles. You die. Just kidding.
Oh, look at him. He's so cute. Look at his little slouch.
You are only in great pain.
He's such an awkward little boy. I love him.
You're snood. You're probably the only kid in school that owns one of these babies. What if those kids get stranded in the middle of an ocean? Of the ocean. Then joke's on them until they starve and die.
Do it in his voice.
You'd have an easier time loading the thing if you picked it up, and also if you weren't trying to load it with glass pellets that you actually need for another purpose. The chamber is empty because you observe proper flare gun safety protocols, but maybe you should load it because you've also observed some scary stuff this evening. Flare guns only shoot flares. It's right there in the name. Heh, you already have a pouch with red and green marble in it. What?
Keep going.
Why would you ever possibly need another? This idea is as outrageous as it is inconceivable, and you reject it. Nope. Nope.
Hang on, I'm gonna do something real quick.
Oh.
Just in case. Just in case.
Oh.
Just in case.
Want you be a newt?
Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop.
What a newt.
Okay, we can't actually interact with anything in this drawer outside of...
What a dumb...
Okay, we're fine. We're okay. We're all good.
What a dumb mute. You're mute.
Okay, well, hang on. Let me try one more thing.
Oh.
Blip, blip.
Being
I'm
snutty.
sorry. I have to make sure the world is able to...
Being snutty.
Actually, I might have to go back yet again after this.
Oh.
Because I'm a nut.
Yeah, you are a nut.
Boop. Boop. Just gonna save it while I have the pouch, because, you know.
What a mute.
There's technically some dialogue we didn't look at, which will say contains 2 blue marbles, and you know, that sort of jazz. But you know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys couldn't imagine.
Contains 1 blue marble and 1 cat's eye marble. Contains no marbles.
Read.
You dropped your favorite pair of binoculars when you were retreating from the big serpent. These are actually your secondary auxiliary binoculars, your oxnox for short. The perfect place to store your flares. Well, some of them. It's also where you keep your beeper. But you really don't want to get into that right now. A beeper. You retrieve the cache of flares you were keeping in your metal chest. Combined with your flare gun, they're a tactical treasure.
So we can't actually interact with the flare gun with the flares. Can't interact with the flares with the flare gun before picking up the flare gun.
Yeah, you can only use your time warrior once you actually pick it up.
Yeah, see? We're cool.
What a neat. Neat.
Read.
I already read this one.
Oh, yeah.
Use the flares on... Neat. They are very beautiful when they reflect intense light, as Joey will soon discover for herself. Time to use shit on everything.
Is there anything else I missed here?
I don't think you can pick anything else up in here.
Wow, this is a pretty...
small room.
Not much to interact with. What is that over there? Not much. Okay.
Little chest. You use the shit on the chest. Oh, you already got the flares out of there. Alright,
Here we go.
time to use things.
Flare gun.
We'll stick with flares for now, although if you could figure out how to weaponize a Venus flytrap, it would be pretty much unstoppable. Flare could go 2 places. Your fireproof flare chest, or your fire-starting flare gun. No middle ground, no surrender. Fire-starting flare gun. Camera.
Yeah. Dumb.
You'll think you'll stick with the pouch. A jar would be pretty heavy for Bridgens to carry, even one so expertly trained as yours.
Expertly trained.
Oh yes. Oh yes. This useless thing had given you a little warning. You could, at the very least, have loaded your flare gun by now.
Oh, interesting. So if you load it, it'll probably get different dialogue.
What a newt. That's not a bad idea, actually. You mean, it is, because this radio currently only receives signals, but if you could figure out how to signal one of your pals for backup, that could really turn the situation around. You know from experience that getting in touch might not be easy, though. For now, you just need to focus on helping your sister.
So we'll use the flare gun on the radio after it's been loaded.
What a newt. If only your tireless monitoring of the local frequencies had given you more advance notice. You coulda have put these directly in Joey's hand, no problem. Or even just gotten the key for her yourself. These bad boys are just too cool to smash up with the butt of your unloaded flare gun, which is a real shame, because that would be a classic tough guy move. I might show these monsters who's in command around here. Oh yeah, the reflected flare light dancing in the geode makes some really fascinating colors. But you can't risk it inside the treehouse, and it's too crowded with monsters out there to have a minerals jamboree right now. Later though, later for sure. If you didn't have your marbles, you could, in a pinch, chisel out some crystal. Wait, this backup plan is terrible. It's like you've lost your marbles already. Fortunately, you haven't, since tactically sound contingencies seem to be thin on the ground this evening. But storing your flare gun and your flares is the same place. In the same place just makes you nervous, even if that place is fireproof. Better keep these close for now. The situation seems unlikely to de-escalate anytime soon. These marbles are rendered safely inert by the pouch. There's no need to store them in your fireproof metal chest. Look at the posters, friendo.
I know.
Oh, if you were going to beat a fighting retreat, you'd sure as heck want to load your flare gun first. That's just lesson 1 on the first day of Tactics 101.
We'll also try this when our flare gun is loaded.
Dropping lit flares down the hatch sounds like a good way to set the tree on fire, which would be a good defensive maneuver if your treehouse weren't attached to it. Revealing the existence of your secret escape hatch to dump the crucial marbles limply at the foot of the tree is not the worst plan you've ever had. But only because you once had a dream about setting your treehouse on fire so you could climb down it faster. Okay. This thing is pretty complex. Not too complex for you, of course, but way more complex than, say, loading a flare gun.
Speaking of which, we gotta look at these normally.
This thing. Talk about an enigma. One day, you'll figure out what it does, and why certain shady characters want to get their hands on it so badly. You have some theories, of course.
Boop.
There are some cylindrical objects in this schematic, but you can confirm that they are not flares. You are at least 100% sure about this. You were pretty inspired by these schematics when you were cracking Paw's security system. Time to get these to Joey and put it to the test.
Yep. Look at how tiny this text is. Like we've been translating the troll text. Imagine how hard it would be to try to decipher this.
Yeah.
Cover up. Maybe.
What a newt.
Yes. Sorry, little triangle. Anyway.
What a newt.
714. Ah!
What
Never
a
mind.
snood. You're such a snood. So snooty.
Okay. Alright. Okay. We need to be we
have to be careful.
Oh yeah.
It says okay, we have to be careful.
Yeah, okay, we have to be careful.
What a nut.
Ooh, look at this picture of thingy over there. Oh wait, hang on. Don't read it yet. Ooh. Ooh. Anyway.
Spooky cult members.
Can't click on these guys.
What a newt. Such a newt. Your copious notes on some disreputable activities carried out by members of what you can only describe as some sort of cult. You've been surreptitiously gathering intelligence on them for a good while. You've detailed some of the stuff on your sites, but the really juicy stuff has to stay off the grid, a term you've just coined yourself just now.
Blah.
Are they responsible for your unloaded flare gun? No. It's your responsibility, because flare gun safety is everyone's responsibility. Okay, you guess, in that case, they are responsible for it.
Anyway. What was I gonna say? So yeah, we have to try the flare gun loaded on everything, I think.
What a sneeze. But maybe you should just load your flare gun. The situation has taken a turn for the extremely serious.
Look at, there's like a bunch of pictures of this little nooblet over here. Who
What's
is it?
that?
What is it doing? It's a little nooblet.
What a newt. All those identified bright lights, could they have just been flares? Simple, mundane flares? Yeah, right, as Joey would say. Now, okay, the marbles are really just part of a thing you cooked up yourself. You really can't blame the cult for that. Except, without their ever-present conspiratorial malevolence, you'd have never needed to cook up anything, besides maybe dinner. Except you're not exactly allowed to use the stove anymore. You can't really pin that on the cult either. Oh, what did you do, Jude? What did you do? What did you do to the stove? need to use your binoculars to see that this flare gun is unloaded, because that would be an incredibly dangerous way to check the loaded-unloaded status of the firearm. Whatever congruence of binoculars and flares you had in mind is probably very bad for your eyes. Sometimes you look at the marbles through your binoculars, like a jeweler using a loupe. A loupe.
I don't know.
To size up a nice gemstone. Your careful records of the activity of the mysterious figures you often see prowling around in the woods. Joey didn't buy it, but the sudden influx of monsters may have changed her stance. What a mute. With all this activity from the creepy hooded figures, you've occasionally been tempted to actually keep your flare gun loaded. But you crushed that temptation by remembering the old adage. Those who live in ramshackle wooden houses nestled in trees should not keep their fire-based weaponry loaded. If you were interested in destroying your records, you wouldn't have carved them into a tree. Those creeps you just know they'd kill to get their hands on the secrets these marbles protect. Or rather, you strongly suspected that, and today have had these strong suspicions 100% confirmed. Having your suspicions confirmed is a novel experience, and you aren't sure how you feel about it yet.
Look at this little thing here. What is this? This little dingle.
When the heat is on from the government, and you need to send an encrypted message while staying off the grid, you entrust it to one of your trained carrier pigeons, the lone gunbirds. You survey the troops. There's Langley, Byers, and of course, Frohike. He's your favorite. Dear sweet Frohike, how you adore him. You cherish the wind he flaps.
Hang on, let's look at this before we deal with the birds.
Standard camping lantern again. The lantern cannot be used to load the flare gun, except to offer illumination as you slowly, carefully load the flares from your metal chest into the flare gun, meticulously observing all the standard safety protocols. This lantern runs on oil, not flares. That would be a pretty unorthodox lantern. You briefly chuckle at the unorthodoxy. Wait, the marbles are red and green, just like your two lanterns. This is all adding up. Wait, no. You got lanterns that were red and green on purpose, to match the marble colors. Wow. You nearly did some conspiracy on your own actions, because you didn't remember them right away. You might need to dial it back a little.
You're
dumb.
Alright, time to load the flare gun and
No, you have to use the shit on the birds.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Shoot bird. They'd make terrible ammo, except for very long distance shots. But the best way they could hope to do is agitate the enemy, distracting them at a critical moment. A lit flare would scare the bejesus out of a pigeon, and you need a pigeon at the very peak of his courage.
Alright, here we go.
Breath held, hand steady. Mom spaghetti. You carefully load the flares into the flare gun. There's no going back now. The genie is out of the bottle. Shoot bird. You know. Things have taken a dark turn, but you frankly feel a little sick that you felt briefly compelled to do such a thing. You take some deep breaths and shake your head. Keep it together, Jude, old boy. You think this is the most dangerous thing you could possibly attempt. You therefore make a tactical decision not to attempt it. If you had to blast this perfectly to scale diagram to prevent it falling into the hands of the enemy, you'd do it. You wouldn't even hesitate. You wouldn't even aim. You just point the flare gun vaguely in this direction and go bonkers.
I think we didn't look at everything on here, did we? Damn it, hang on a minute.
Oh,
what a nut. Be right back, guys.
You're a nut. You're a newt.
You're a newt nut.
I'm gonna cut out like 10 seconds.
No, we're not gonna cut out 10 seconds. We're not gonna cut it out. It's fine. It's not a big a deal. It's not a big deal.
Why'd you say be right back then, you snut?
No, I don't know.
Alright. As simple as loading a flare gun. This security system. Ugh. Wow. It's so perfect, really. Simple, yet elegant. You're thinking maybe your flare storage puzzle of a broken padlock could use a little upgrade. The marbles, the cat head, globe, deer. It's obvious. Child's play. Joey should have no trouble with it. Except for the fact that he doesn't have any marbles.
I wonder if does this.
No.
Okay.
What a newt.
Okay. So we interacted with them. We
Shoot.
interacted with the lamp.
Shoot.
Oh, no.
You already lost your primary binoculars doing your strategic retreat from that encroaching serpent beast. You're not about to lose your auxiliary knocks due to a wanton disregard of flare gun safety protocols. Shoot.
What? Wait.
It's
Okay.
the same. What are you? Destroying your records would be feckless.
Feckless.
Oh.
Good job, guys.
Feckless. It's right next to the R.
Alright, let's
Good
go.
one. Burning them would be reckless. Firing a combustive projectile at them from 2 feet away would be... You can't summon a rhyme to keep the theme going, so you'll just go with crazy as a treehouse rat.
Is feckless a word?
Is it?
It might be.
Are we snoods?
We are snoods.
Damn it.
Wow, Jude, 10-year-old, knows more than us.
I don't believe you, Jude. I don't believe...
You gonna go look it
I
up?
don't believe it.
He's looking it up.
Jude is a nut. Let's see how nutty.
Oh, I'll look it up. You read.
If those monsters come through the front door, they'll escape down your tactical escape hatch.
I'll look it up on my phone.
They're so bad.
1 second, let me grab my phone.
You'll escape down your tactical escape hatch with your flare gun. It's called a fighting retreat, and it's the least cowardly type of retreat. Feckless. Damn it.
What does it mean?
It means lacking initiative or strength of character, irresponsible.
Silly. That's you. You're silly. Here we go.
You're silly. Don't call me silly.
Read it.
No. Well, you're pretty sure you've committed these to your perfect memory. There might be 1 or 2 finer points you need to reference one day.
That's a lot of stuff to commit to memory.
Yep. No way. Information is the greatest weapon against conspiracy. Besides, those theories are already a smoking gun. Ahaha! Ahahaha! Oh gosh. You've got to tell Joey that one, assuming she's still alive. Okay, there's being cautious and then there's just being silly. How do you think you smashed these bad boys open in the first place?
Stupid.
Maybe. If your righteous flames could travel backwards across the radio waves back to the sinister source, burning them in the Viper's nest, maybe then you'd shoot this at your own radio. It's just static, Jude. Jesus Christ. It's not a sinister source. Between the nails, the broken glass, and the chemicals of uncertain origin, that stack of jars has to be the most dangerous thing in here you could possibly shoot. This knowledge means, if you decide you have to shoot anything else, it's now a moderately better decision, just by contrast.
What did I say was gonna be the worst idea?
Lantern.
Anyway. I think that's everything.
What a new...
I think so. I hope so.
I think so. Wait, can you use this shit on the window? Oh.
Ooh. Did we forget to use the flare gun?
Joey should be managing just fine with her flashlight.
Yeah, we forgot to use the,
Between that and her dancing skills, she's either a double or triple threat, depending on whether you classify different schools of dancing as multiple distinct threats. You've thought a lot about it, and you're just going to have to think a lot about it some more.
We'll have to come back and do the empty flare gun in just a moment.
What a newt. If you need to signal
Oh wait, my bad.
If you need to signal Joey, you'll just use your lantern, or your walkie-talkie, or the actual flare gun. Or, theoretically, you could just yell real loud. The house isn't that far away. Are you crazy? Signaling your location to the monsters, who seem not to have noticed that you're up here, would be just an incredible tactical blunder. You're blundering just thinking about it. Now, where'd Joey go? Maybe you should flash your lantern at her some more. No need. You've already got a secret cache of backup flares stashed away in there. This ain't your first rodeo.
You got flares in the doghouse.
The doghouse erupts into flames.
Joey cries.
It's gonna pretend.
It wasn't me. It was the monsters.
You still think pigeon delivery is the way to go, but you're keeping her in mind as a backup. A good spy master always has redundant agents, just in case.
Yeah, just in case all 3 of your pigeons fail.
Just in case your dog erupts into flames. You're already safe, and as long as you don't agitate these monsters by hucking bags of marbles at them, you're likely to stay that way. But Joey's still a sitting duck among wolves in sheep's clothing. She needs these marbles bad. That's the idea, but just chucking the bag from here could, I'm not saying would, but could, you're a tactician, you must consider all options no matter how remote. It could result in a bag not quite making it to the entire distance to the house. Better enlist one of the lone gunbirds. What a snap. Throw them at this angle, from this distance, at this altitude? No, you can't be a frontline general.
Yeah, okay.
Shoot. Maybe, but not yet. We're dealing with superior numbers here. It's critical that you just wait for the perfect moment to attack. Otherwise, you're just giving away your position, and potentially your life, to agitate a single monster. No way, under no circumstances. Or at least, under no circumstances that you are presently willing to consider. Shoot, doghouse. Erupts. You've had occasion to think it over before, and you decided that firing a flare through your sister's bedroom window would definitely be crossing the line. Try to keep it more bratty, bro, and less treehouse lunatic. No, Joey's still in there, along with most of your stuff. But as a last resort, no, never. If it comes to that, you'll fight your way there and save your sister yourself. Overwhelming odds and certain death be damned. We just hope it doesn't come to that.
Hoobly boobly hoobly boobly. Alright, be right back. I'm gonna do the empty flare gun.
Oh, what a snood.
Glad I didn't save.
No, Joey. Oh. So snotty. That idea would be such an unforgivable tactical blunder. You're frankly glad you haven't actually loaded the flare gun yet, just so it's not even on the table. The idea, you mean, not the flare gun. The flare gun isn't on the table either, though. You don't even have a table up here. Just a trusty workbench. It's not even loaded. Not that it should be. And you're aiming it at your sister's bedroom window. Of course not. Jeepers. Keep it together, Jude, old boy. It'd do a lot more damage if it were loaded, friendo. Ha, friendo. But you'd better pick your moment. Now's not it. Whoa, geez, whoops, you accidentally aimed your trusty flare gun at the doghouse and pulled the trigger. It wasn't loaded, so no harm done. Except your previously unblemished record of perfect adherence to flare gun safety protocols. Oh, Jude. Oh, Jude. Do you have some thoughts? Do you have some secret desires about the dog? Do you have some grudges? Breath held, hands steady. You carefully load the flares into the flare gun. There's no going back now. Oh, it's this line again.
Stupid.
I'm just nude.
It is time, my lone gunbirds.
Oh, you do.
We've already read that.
Oh.
Jeez.
Cutscene. Yay.
Right.
Be gone!
I thought he was Langley when I first saw him, and then I discovered his real name.
Frohike was the kill. He's
Frohike's dead. Frohike is murdered.
He got eaten live.
Oh no, Frohike, baby!
Sorry for hold up. Unbelievable tragic disaster. Over.
Did he lose something else?
Must soldier on. Making second attempt now. Over.
Exaggerate!
What?
Nothing. Alright, are you sure you're...
Over. Over and out from Hank.
What else than that? You don't actually get to see him tear up if he does.
No, he's just sad.
No, he's just sad.
He has
What
a different
baby.
idle animation when he's sad. Look at him. He doesn't do the thing. He doesn't floop his arms up into his face. You're new.
Oh, yeah, so you said different dialogue for only just 2 of them?
No, different noises for only 2 of them.
I mean, that's what I meant, yeah. Aw.
If you listen very closely.
What? Oh, I'm sorry.
Dumb.
Yeah, whatever, you take
You take another pouch from the drawer, and you stuff it in your ass. Just kidding. You don't do that.
I can read it. Alright, it's Langley.
Ah, yes. Langley. The most trustworthy.
Good.
What a joke.
Are you alright?
Betrayal! Over. Abandonment? Over. The lowest, vilest cowardice? Over.
Well...
Can't even communicate true degree of outrage? Over. Likely to jeopardize mission if emotion not suppressed? Over.
What a baby.
Incoming. Over and out.
I feel like he made his voice deeper.
Incoming! Langley. Langley the coward. Langley.
It's okay, it's okay. Here you go.
Langley the coward. Langley the blackguard. Langley the unspeakable. 1,000 deaths. 1,000,000 deaths. An infinitude of deaths would not be enough. Langley worm-hearted. Langley bile-blood. Langley. You hate him with everything you are, and everything.
Or will be.
Whatever will be. Langley.
Thought you already read it, but then you stuttered.
You're Langley. Trying to be dramatic. But you have to ruin it.
You stuttered! I thought you were done reading that line.
It's your fault. You made me stutter. Your hands are definitely not shaking as you pluck 2 more marbles from their safe, cozy compartments in the drawer and drop them into the depths of the pouch's waiting, leathery maw.
I like the other 3 designs for the pigeons. Too bad they only had 3.
You can hear the pigeon. There's only 1 pigeon sound.
Oh.
What are you?
Oh, I'm gonna be so scared.
Go, buyers! Go! What if he flew outside again?
Me snutty.
Oh, yes. Mission accomplished. Oh, success! Jeezum crow buyers, my boy, so brave, so true, so great, over.
We also can't switch, because we can't even switch back to Joey.
Nope.
Are you actually just point blank losing your mind now? Maybe be kind of a relief after years of build-up, but you could have picked a better night for it.
Mission accomplished! Buyers, champion of champions, waiting for you in kitchen, over.
Why?
Over. Oh, Buyers has marbles required to acquire key, over.
Alright, I guess that sort of makes sense.
New development. Buyers being menaced. Please hurry, over.
Wait, what? Okay, I'm on it.
Hurry, please, Joey. He's all I have left, over and out.
Alright, let's spin it, see if it says the same thing. Yeah.
What a dumb.
I feel there's something missing. Okay.
What a new.
Oh.
Oh, it looks the same to me.
Alright, let's see here. Okay. Look, you can kind of see that there's like a glow to things now.
What a sneed.
I don't think was there earlier. I might be wrong.
What a sneed. What a sneed.
No, no, no.
So dumb.
Yes. It is time. I
Time.
should have saved, but alas, I did not.
What a dumb.
At least we know how to beat him. Oh, I crawled. Oh, what a baby.
It's time to fight an Undertale boss.
I want to click throw hike.
Aspires.
I mean,
Excuse you.
All the monsters
Not
everywhere.
being up to date on your pigeon etymologies. What a nut. We only have to click on a spice to win the battle.
Yeah.
So,
Try to get its attention. Make some noise, or some light, or something, or that pigeon is done for.
throw batteries at it. You didn't read the line.
Oh, charge! Meta luck next time.
1 in 3 jokes, like I said.
Yeah. Flip the flap out. Flip skipped.
I don't understand meta luck next time. What is this supposed to mean?
Meta, I don't know. Meta luck. What do batteries have to do with meta?
I don't know, Cameron.
Metaton?
Undertale. Oh, there's no secret Undertale references in this game. We promised. That we were promised, Cameron.
Distracting, delectable. Delectable, disdained. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Jesus Christ, don't be a snood. It's not real. You're so dumb,
She pushes to weaponize.
as usual.
Pardon me, boy. Oh shoot, I might actually get,
Well, he has different interactions at this range. You're such a noob.
I'm just gonna click him for now. Oh, sorry, top crab. Maybe you need something with a little more flash.
Batteries.
Batteries. Sell high. Bye, Joe. Dance like nobody's watching.
Nobody's watching.
Success.
No, you got a flashlight. Flashlight.
Yeah, that's right. Bippity boopity bop. Hey, over here. Oh, that's another way to get his attention.
Nope.
Nope. Nothing doing.
What a sneeze.
No, my baby.
Eat newts. When does he punch the fridge? Why does he just like grab throw hike?
I don't know. So that he can never die. Pardon me, boy. I feel like that might be a tap dancing reference. Can you give me a shine? Why is he shiny now? This one's still shiny.
He
Anyway.
wants you to throw a battery at it. No! Why did you do this again?
I'm sorry.
Oh, you snut. I can't believe you.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, bring it over. Bring it on over. Mm-hmm. Time for some piggity pogs. I hope you're ready. Damn it. Playing for keeps. No takebacks. Here I come.
Even the creature is detested by the hog.
Yep. Can I treat you? Treat yourself.
Mouth is on the other side, Joey. Good try.
Stop punching Pro Hike's fridge. I mean,
Excuse
Buyer's fridge.
you!
She's like, is this Buyer's?
Frohike died in battle, Joey. You need to respect him.
Too precious to weaponize. Just gonna do it anyway.
Dumb.
Tappity tip tap. Encore. Yawn, snore.
It's unmoved by your shitty puns. Now you can ballet.
Opening night. Pan.
flashlight.
Why didn't he go away?
Because you're new. I don't know. Maybe you just forgot. Use the flashlight. Actually, we don't have the...
No, we don't.
We don't have the spice.
I wonder if it's yet another interaction.
Give it a try. Yeah.
Mercy not included. Oh. He's mad. Sell you later. Oh, great. We have to...
Oh, yep. You have to do this every time.
Okay.
Oh.
I feel like we may need to use the spice on on him when he's at a distance to just be, you know.
Be complete about it. It's not daylight, Joey. It's clearly a flashlight.
Face full of slammers!
Everyone's mad.
Get a coffin ready.
Kills Joey right here. Strangled.
Tippity tip tap tip tap! I'll give you a shine, alright?
Let's get distracted by
Oh.
fires again.
Yeah, because he makes a noise, I guess. That's what, I think that's what the little...
That's why he's shiny.
That's him making noise. I got it.
And then...
Fresh start.
Well, it didn't work.
Oh! Stalemate. What are you talking about?
It means something with more flash.
I'm
Shine him again.
Let's shine him again. Flash step. Nope.
Oh. It's unmoved by your snooze.
Stepper luck next time.
Get 1 in 3 jokes, Cameron. I'm telling you.
Oh, he didn't leave. Sweet.
Now you gotta tappy tap, right? Breakfast to weaponize.
Yep.
And then you gotta tippity tap.
Tippity tap. Step gingerly. 1,000 yard a stare. Hey, get back over here.
Is this our reward for giving him food? Maybe they just didn't.
Pass the body.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know how to say it. Pass the board. Or padded board. I don't know. Can you go away for a second?
Thank you. I have to grab the spice.
You gotta punch the fridge? Nope. Okay.
Old Spice body wash.
Got magic spice mix.
Sorry, that was really bad.
Can I try it on other things?
You combine.
The mysterious chemical process that produce power from the silver nubs of these batteries. They don't need any assistance from your sweet or your savory. You don't hate pogs because they're bland. That would be a relief. They're so in your face and intense and radical, you can't stand them. Turn 12 already, pogs. Nah, they're already irresistible to pretty much all animals. Why Geldolini? Your precious heirloom is already quite magical, thank you. And you have no desire to eat it.
Is this like magic spice or something?
I don't know. You don't really have any strong feelings about trying to use your spice mix with your tap dancing or whatever. So you're just gonna list some words that might either be spices or tap dancing terms. Ready? Okay. Bomberche, grapevine, tanglefoot, riffle, cubanola. Now how many of those were tap and how many were spice? Give up. All tap. Tap dancing is wild.
Pretty nutly.
And light touches everything. In the kitchen. And in the kitchen and on stage.
Nope.
Okay.
No interaction with flashlight like usual.
Shaker full of seasonal magic spice mix, yeah.
Yay!
This doggone powder adds the taste of flavor to every bite.
The taste of flavor.
Taste of flavor. Okay, spice you. Can you hear me? Oh, jeez.
That's cayenne, you hear me?
Oh, no time for this.
What a nut.
Cayenne, sorry, cayenne. Cayenne, you hear me? Anyway.
Cayenne.
fine.
What a neat. Time to flube him up.
Spice to meet you.
Oh, we have to try the spice and everything, don't we?
No, well, I'm not. Do we get to keep the spice? I'm not actually sure.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
I think we do. That's right.
Well, we have the spice for a brief moment, don't we?
No, I think we have it
We get interrupted.
afterwards too.
We get interrupted on the way back upstairs, so we can't use it on upstairs things unless we want to die.
Yeah.
I don't know what it will
I
give
don't even
us.
think we get to use it in the living room.
Yeah, 'cause there's a battle there.
Yeah.
Oh man, look, there's dialogues for spice and living room interactions.
Ooh.
Or spice and bedroom interactions
Ooh.
that we don't get to see.
Well, we'll tell you about them if there are, because we have all the dialogue, including the unused ones.
Yeah, 'cause it's so cool.
Ooh, buyers, it's a little flighty flight. Uh-oh. It's spicy. Oof.
What a
Oh! Eeh. Ooh.
So dead.
Mixed to success.
Joey, thank you for tactically brilliant seasonings murder.
I hope that there's no dialogue options because I didn't save.
Bios has payload. Repeat. Bios has payload over.
Thanks, do you know how I might get him down? He seems pretty terrified.
Negative. Bios simply has unfortunate mercenary streak. Should respond to enticement over.
How do you bribe a pigeon?
Sounds like a setup for riddle or perhaps joke over.
Bye, Jude.
Over and out.
Actually, we might be able to leave the kitchen before we get buyers.
Can we interact with the monster?
No, I've already tried in the past.
What a new. Alright, time to try spices on everything. Here we go.
Before we do, hang on. Let me just save real quick.
What a new.
I wonder if I can try things on this door. Nope. Hey, Napoleon. I wonder if Damek is strong enough to move it. He might be.
Strong enough to shoot it. The water gun. Don't go out there, you new.
Hey, we don't have buyers. It doesn't matter.
Oh, that's true.
I just want to see if it would say
yeah.
you can't leave.
Yeah, what if we can go upstairs?
I'm gonna get the saltine and then try it on try everything on everything.
Magical.
Yeah!
Wow, I'm very excited by this event that has just transpired.
Oh boy. All you can rate from this meager cabinet is the stalest, tiniest, worst cracker. How long have we been recording?
I don't know.
Can you take a quick look? Because I need to pee.
Fine, go pee, you snood.
No! Because I have to be sure that we're done.
1 hour, 37 minutes.
Alright, we're gonna call it here. We're gonna do spice, saltine, and then the buyers on everything.
Yay.
Yes.
You know what time it is, Cameron. It's time for the end of video Joey dance.
No,
We're gonna-
stupid. At least actually dance.
No, it's not real dancing. They've invented a new kind of dancing called walking back and forth.
The animation of clicking back and forth with his walk cycle.
Right, Joey,
Alright,
can you go
goodbye.
back? Can you go around?
No,
Of course
you
not.
can never go around. Frohike is dead back there too. We don't get to see anyone that's actually dead. We don't get to see a little bit of him.
Nope, that would raise the rating of this game to PG-13. Anyway.
Alright, well, we'll be back! Yay! 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 Okay, I'm gonna end it. Stop it. End the video! End it!
What a dumb.
Alright, goodbye.
Yes, goodbye.
Bye!
Nut.
Love you guys.
Oh my goodness. So snooty.
Be back next time for episode 5.
Yeah. That's number 5, isn't it?